Hi, my name is Tabitha Nickerson, formerly known as Tabitha Zens. This video is about how Children's Services of Wood County, Ohio, and Lucas County, Ohio are criminals. Children's Services of Wood County, Ohio, back on November 24th, 2008, took both my children, Florence Jones and at the time Christopher Zenz, now known as Christopher O'Leary, from me without a court order in Lucas County's jurisdiction. I have been fighting with Children's Services and Wood County Juvenile Court and Lucas County Juvenile Court for over a decade, pertaining to the events that took place on November 24th, 2008, pertaining to both my children. They took them with no court order in the wrong jurisdiction on top of that, and then placed both my children, my daughter with a criminal activist, Thomas Kevin Zenz, and my son with his rapist father, which is how my son came into this world, was that his father, Jonathan O'Leary, who's also is my cousin, down the family line, placed my son with the rapist. Jonathan O'Leary was never charged with the rape whatsoever, and but placed my daughter with a criminal activist who has a rap sheet over a mile long, pertaining to fraudulent checks, drugs, alcohol, domestic violence, numerous domestic violence. He's been in and out of jail as long as I can remember. Owes back child support from my brother, Thomas Walter Jacobsons. And these crimes have been going on and on and on. Children's Services needs to stop taking children from good parents and placing them with bad parents or bad grandparents. Children's Services needs to be reevaluated of their circumstances. They have no grounds to state that somebody has mental health without them having a psych degree from a college or university. They do not have such degrees whatsoever. And they're forcing people to get mental health assessments. They have no grounds to order anyone a mental health assessment unless they themselves have psych degrees, which they do not. Parents need to fight against Children's Services. If they try to attempt to make or take your children, make sure they have a court order. At the time, I didn't know these things, that it was a crime that they committed towards me and my children, until way later on in life. Parents need to make sure that if Children's Services ever get called on them, that they have a court order. If they do not have a court order, you have the right to tell Children's Services to get off your porch or get out of your house, or that they're trespassing, because legally they are. If you don't want them there, they're technically trespassing. You have the right to call the cops and have them removed from the premises, because you didn't give them consent to be at your residence. So you have the right to charge them with trespassing, which is criminal trespassing, which is a felony. They can go to jail. The people that took my kids without a court order, that is considered kidnapping. by law, which is also a felony. The children's services that got themselves involved, of Rhonda Nickerson, Tanya Kopelman of Wood County Children's Services and Lucas County Children's Services, and the woman that took my kids illegally at a doctor's office in Lucas County jurisdiction, and the person's from Wood County Children's Services, which is out of their jurisdiction, still considered kidnapping. I don't remember her last name, but I remember her first name, which is Emily. But these people are being charged with kidnapping. They will be facing criminal charges and massive lawsuits, of what I have been told by attorneys. By numerous attorneys. But I paid for attorneys and they didn't use the information I gave them, so either they quit or I fired them. Because I wasn't going to pay for them to represent me if they're not going to use the ammunition and the evidence that I've accumulated for so many years of the crimes that have been committed towards me and both my children. It's time for me to make a stand. It's time for everything to come out. If I have to make this information viral for numerous people to see, I will do so, just to get my point across. I know there's other parents out there that most likely went through similar situations like mine that need to make a stand towards this and to let the world know that these things are illegal. These people that committed these crimes need to answer for the crimes that they've committed and suffer the consequences of their actions, instead of us parents who've done nothing wrong, have been good parents and keeping their children safe. Like my situation where I was protecting my children by getting them out of a dangerous situation. Instead, what happened, they got put back in the dangerous situation and all over again, and being used and abused of both my children. To where my children, because of what was done towards them and me, even my own kids have committed crimes themselves because of the people they were around, because of the stupidity of children's services and the courts. I hope you like this video, and like and share, comment on it, express if you came through any other close enough experience as myself. This needs to be known. This needs to be worldwide. That it's time to make a stand for all of us parents that have had to suffer through crimes that other people have committed and having their children stripped away from you for no good reason whatsoever. Yeah. And I hope you come and watch a bunch of times, or comment or anything of the sort.